Esta de chido. Give me ceviche. Give. Eventually we'll start.
I think everything is live again. Hopefully.
Okay. Yeah, we're going over what was happening in the story, and the last big event that happened, if you remember, was that the place got attacked. Right, the place got attacked. The guy died. I think one of our criticisms was that it felt like what you say, Ida? What's her name? Liz?
Liz. Her name is Liz now.
Yeah,
because she's totally a different person.
That Liz, she is. That Liz, she didn't learn the lesson that we wanted her to learn from it.
She
right?
didn't learn any lessons.
Yeah. Where we wanted it to hit a little bit home. We wanted her to feel the weight of like I don't know, to have some ramifications, of what's happening, of everything that occurred.
You realize
that didn't really happen.
Realize that her actions are putting people in danger directly.
Yeah. And we didn't really get that character growth that we wanted, so we're so far we don't really like the character of Liz. And there are opportunities to improve the character, but so far that hasn't happened. Probably will eventually, but right now, like it's been very disappointing. Very disappointing. And I think that's basically all that happened. I think we just came back, and I think we're planning to do something. I don't know what the plan is.
Yeah, we're planning like a. Okay, there was like a whole like offensive together with the allied companies. I feel like we should probably read the summary of what we did last. Because there's been a lot happening. I mean, a lot of it.
Was that after or before the attack at the Ralger's Reach, though?
I think it was after, but now they're like officially joining? Question mark. Because I think until this point they didn't want to like take part because that would mean war, but now they're like, oh no, yeah, we're joining.
Right. That's something that was happening, is that we didn't like formally have an agreement between everyone.
Yes,
and
because they didn't want to be part of the war, but now they suddenly do.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway, so that's
I feel like we're still missing something. Hold on, how do I?
We probably are.
How do I complete? Where do I see that?
I was trying to look at the written story here, but it's yeah. So would you like me to read some of it?
Yes.
Okay. So mindful that intelligence is the key to any successful operation, Pippin would have you, Alphino, and Alice accompany him on a reconnaissance mission. Your destination is a cliff to the north of Castum Velodinia, which should afford you an excellent view of the Imperial installation. Your mission is interrupted by the sound of cannon fire from the east. You turn to see a column of smoke on the horizon, rising from Ralger's Reach. You realize, with dawning horror, Alphino's attempts to contact your comrades via link pearl are unsuccessful, all but confirming your suspicions that a coordinated attack is underway. With no other recourse, you abort your mission and race back to the Resistance stronghold. Outside Ralger's Reach, you encounter a number of fleeing Resistance fighters, as well as Kryle and Ironveld. They tell you of the chaos within the valley, of Imperial soldiers cutting down left and right, and of a last desperate stand by Conrad. Oh, that's his name, Conrad, and the others.
Yeah, Conrad
his
is
face
the
grim, Alphino declares that your place is in the Reach, and so, joined by Kryle, you press on into the bloodbath. Aided by your comrades, you manage to beat back the Imperial forces and reach your comrades. Lise is unharmed, and Conrad merely unconscious. But Ishtola is on the verge of death, her lifeblood pooling beneath her prostrate form. You turn to confront the man who dealt the blow, Xenos ye Galvas. the Imperial Viceroy himself. Oh, it's the Viceroy. Okay. Lamenting the disappointment that was your comrade's performance. Raise his blade and bids you entertain him. Though you endure Zeno's onslaught far longer than Pippin and Alisaie, even you are no match for him. With a flourish, the Viceroy sends you flying, the only testament to your resilience. The broken blade he flings to the earth as he turns his back on you and walks away. Raban and his immortal flame soon arrive, and he has seen enough death for one day, and orders his men to let the Imperials withdraw. Instead, attend to the wounded. After taking in the carnage in silence, Raban reminds you of your action saved lives, and that you should remember that, no matter what happens, yet having come face to face with the Crown Prince himself, having seen the superhuman feats of which he is capable, you know exactly what it is that you will remember. I think for this, our criticism was that he didn't fight. He didn't fight Lys, right? Maybe I don't know. There was something happening with that.
There was something happening. I feel like we should probably rewatch the last stream.
Maybe next time. We'll rewatch.
Yeah, let's do that next time. Because I feel like we're missing some context. We're missing a lot of things we were mad about because they only give you the key moments of and Rauban told you this and you felt very brave because he told you that. That's that's not what we felt. That's not what we felt.
I think we had some thoughts about Afino and probably about Kryl as well, and probably about Lys and just everything really.
Mostly
but
Lys.
we have some side quests as well. Let's go.
Okay. But we weren't doing side quests.
Are we not?
I don't know. No, we can do.
No. Well, this quest is blue, so I don't know what this means. Servant Marshal Brookstone. The hidden truth. Servant Marshal Brookstone is in need of a soldier. Captain Duck. A moment, if you would. The Alliance has seen fit to charge the Twin Adder with overseeing the occupation of Cashin Oriens for the interim. As an adventurer, I realize it is your wont to attend to matters both great and small in all corners of the realm, though it should go without saying that you must also uphold your obligations to the Twin Adder and the Elosian Alliance. Thus, I would ask for your aid in a reconnaissance mission here in the Fringes. Pray speak with Lieutenant Mulka. When you are ready to receive a briefing, she will be overseeing the operation.
Yeah, remember how we are part of a company?
We are.
I kind of forget about that. Technically, we are part of these forces. Do my eyes deceive me? It can't be, but it is. Mielikka, the Griffin's Bane herself.
Is that the first time we've been called that? What is that?
No, it's not.
No? What is that? Who is the Griffin?
Do you remember? The Griffin was the guy who was recruiting people in Little Alamigo, and it turned out to be Ilbeard.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. Are you sure this isn't the first time someone's called us that?
I don't think it is. Nah.
It feels kind of weird to be called that.
It is weird. It is weird. No, 100%.
Weird.
It is weird, but I don't think it's the first time.
We're because Griffin was a terrorist.
He was a terrorist, and he also killed himself.
That's what I mean. He literally blew himself up. He blew himself and a bunch of people up, and they're calling us his bane. We didn't even kill him.
We didn't.
We didn't.
We actually let him go.
Yeah, we did. It's a weird title, but sure, okay.
It is a weird title, yeah. But I mean, I guess they don't know what happened, right? They don't know the details.
We would tell them. What do you mean? We would let them know. Everyone would know. Anyway,
I guess not. Yes, the great hero who defeated the Griffin atop Belzar's wall, bringing his plans of conquest to a shuddering halt. Halt. I can think of no other title that so aptly befits your prowess.
Are you sure this isn't the first?
Maybe
it sounds like
the
this is the first time that. Yeah. It's the first time.
It's still weird.
Can we tell her no? It is. It's not. I don't like it.
A pity no one else seems to think so. But enough of that. What brings the illustrious Griffin's Bane here to Custom Orients?
I just really can you stop?
It's you say it one more time, I'm gonna demote you.
Look, I appreciate it, but could you please?
Serpent Marcha Brookstone has requested you assist in my investigation. This is such an honor. I'll do my best not to disappoint you.
The bookstore.
Yes. Sergeant Bookstore. Goodness me, where are my manners? Tala Molko, military records officer at your service. I cannot offer much in the way of combat, but if you should have any inquiries regarding historical matters, you need only ask. Now then, let me apprise you of our current situation. Shortly after taking control of Castrum Oriens, we discovered a number of confidential documents left behind by the Gallians. Prisoner records dating back to the beginning of Alamigo's occupation. As you might have guessed, a great many were conscripted and sent away to subjugate new territories. A surprisingly large number were executed, and as a reminder of what would happen should any step out of line. What we weren't expecting, however, was a number of prisoners listed simply as whereabouts unknown. We thought perhaps they met some ill fortune during the imprisonment, or even escaped, but we could find no other documents to suggest what became of them. Be they living or deceased, it is now our duty to find them. Not just for our own records, mind you, but their loved ones as well. They deserve the peace of mind of knowing what happened here. Whether this were a recent incident though, it will be no easy task ascertaining their whereabouts after 20 years, but I believe I know where we might begin our investigation. The Ananta have called these lands home long before even the Alamigans came to settle here, and as luck would have it, the resistance has established cordial relations with their people. Perhaps they remember something of what happened all those years ago.
I think I would have liked this quest sooner, and I
Yes.
think this quest would have been pretty. I think they could have done something better with this.
I was gonna say,
Like-
isn't it a bit of a weird moment to do this quest when the literal place where the Ananta were training with people was just destroyed?
Yeah.
Like, is this the time?
Well, like, cause this seems really interesting and really important, but it also seems kind of weird. So we spoke, if you remember, we were talking about how the Alliance didn't really want to officially go to war, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she had a line that I think could have been interesting to spend a quest or two getting into, which is apparently a bunch of they just killed a bunch of their own prisoners. I should say they killed a bunch of people here that they had held prisoner. And I don't know. I feel like delving into that could have been interesting.
I mean, what would you want
to
delve into? That's just
no. When it comes to motivation for the Alliance to actually go to war, sort of thing, right? A reason as to go into this.
But do you think them killing prisoners is a reason for them to go to war? I mean, I feel like they kind of expected this to happen.
Well, that's why I said to delve. I don't know. Maybe they killed some important people. I don't know. Maybe
Okay.
like that's what I mean, right? You can make something up with that. I feel.
Okay.
But yeah. Ananta.
Hey, where's this other guy?
Welcome.
Doesn't have anything to say.
Okay. So I hope they have something to say. Okay.
Alamigan prisoners captured 20 years ago. Why is she not making the S's? What happened?
It's there.
Ah. Yes, I remember. When the Gallians gained their foothold here, they interned any and everyone. Striders, Ananta, it mattered not. Most were forced to serve in the Gallian army, in the Gallian military even, dispatched to other lands from which they would never to return. If I'm not mistaken, for prisoners who remained, the prisoners who remained were taken to a small village to the south. I cannot say what transpired there, but the settlement was heavily guarded. I fear the worst for them. Why does she only do some of the S's? It throws me off. A settlement to the south. Why, that would have to be Bittermill. I recall records of its residents seeking asylum. How do you read that?
Asylum.
Asylum. Asylum? Asylum.
Uh-huh.
In Gridania, when the Guardians first arrived. The place was all but razed to the ground. Let's begin our search there. Perhaps something of value still remains in the rubble. Ah.
Punch.
She says that her sisters were also taken.
Okay. We should have 2 quests out there, right?
Huh? I don't know. I only have 1.
You don't have... Okay, never mind. I need 1. I have a botanist quest down here.
Ah, okay. I haven't done botanist yet.
Oh, look, there's an ethereal current.
Where's my quest list?
You can get the quest. That's right, the current.
Okay, there it is. Why was my quest list there?
Punch.
Hold on, my quest list just decided to teleport.
Did you get the current?
No, hold on.
That's why we're here.
How do I leave? Okay.
The big bear.
It's a big bear. Oh, and he's chasing us.
Nah, it'll be fine.
There are 2 of them.
It'll be fine.
Oh, there she is. Missed her.
Why is all this still on fire?
It's
Happened
forever
20
on
years ago.
fire.
Happened literally 20 years ago.
They're keeping the fire alive. I don't know. Who are you? Ah, okay. What are Guardians doing here?
Don't be allowed to leave. Get them.
Oh, they're here. Oh, 1 remains.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Goodness, that's smart. Perhaps I should have devoted more time to combat training. Though no amount of training would make me a match for the renowned Griffin's Bane.
Oh, God.
That was a magnificent display. I hate her. I'm done with her.
No.
Carlian soldiers were certainly the last thing I expected to find in these abandoned and otherwise forgotten buildings. I managed to catch them unawares, but I'm quite certain this investigation would have ended poorly had you not arrived. Still, I find this quite curious. By all rights, the Guardians should be too busy contending with the resistance to waste time in a place like this. What were they doing there? I'm afraid our search for answers has only raised more questions. If we are to make sense of any of this, we must search this place from top to bottom. After my heart returns to my chest.
Okay.
Ah, I'm good.
Why is she coming with us? Like,
I don't know.
yeah.
She doesn't look like she's fit for this
She's
job.
a record keeper. She just said she's a record keeper. Why is she? I feel like the point of a quest like this is that we go and do it ourselves, and she's chills and we report back to her, right?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, or maybe she will clear the way and then she arrives.
Uh-huh.
I guess not.
Lieutenant Mulka seems to have regained a sense of calm. She's calmed down.
Sorry to keep you waiting. I fear the battlefield is no place for a bookworm. If the gods are kind, we'll encounter no further distractions.
It's like, you're right. Why are you here?
Yeah, it's like, why are you here? Now, let's begin our search. We'd like to cover more ground if we split up. Hopefully there is still some trace of the prisoners left here. I would like to remind you that we just escaped from 2 giant bears and she's not made for a combat.
Okay, there's some footprints over here.
What could go wrong?
Come shine your UV lights.
Ah,
Find
okay.
some fluids.
I forgot my lamp.
We'll send the hair follicles back to the lab. Upon closer expansion of the ground, you see footprints. Some of them appear to be fresh.
I mean, we just made them, maybe?
Well, the people that we just killed.
Or the people that just killed. Like, also, I like, isn't the Guardian army made of the people who were like imprisoned? Like, wouldn't they be like locals, maybe?
Yeah, they should be. The cloying stench of the rotting debris fills your nostrils. You're unable to discern where the odor is coming from.
Oh, are they all still inside and they're just dead?
It's been 20 years.
Oh.
It's been 20 years. I feel like those bears back there would have eaten the corpses by now.
No, but the doors is closed. That's what I mean. That like they just closed them inside.
Yeah, they lock them when they finish eating.
Ah, okay. I forgot that
They're
bears
not
are polite.
animals. Yeah, that manners. God. And we're looking for one final clue. It's probably in this building, actually.
We cannot get in, can we?
We'll ask the bears for the key. This house is much too clean to have been abandoned for 20 years. Okay. So we've had a clean house and a dirty house.
Okay. Great investigation. But I come back and she's like been eaten by a bear. Ah, Mielikka, thank goodness. I found someone while inspecting the houses. He seems unwell.
Unwell? Unwell? No, definitely not. Certainly not. Yes, we're quite fine. But what of you? A little girl, dressed in strange clothes? Quite strange. Quite strange.
What? You have some nerve? Regardless of how I look, I am a ranking officer of the Order of the Twin Adder, thank you very much. Now, who are you and what business do you have here?
Who? Yes, who? An excellent question. You are you, but who are we? Yes, we are you, and you are him. He is I. What?
Shit.
We would like to know very much, very much.
Oh, is he actually a kobold or like a goblin? You don't remember? Well, is there anything you can remember?
Remember. Yes, something about this place, something familiar, something quite familiar.
Oh, let me screenshot this because this is definitely not a quote. I would say. It's like, remember? Oh, memory. Mielikka, this is only a hunch, mind you, but I suspect he is not from this place. Considering he's Elezen, he's likely a Gridanian escaped from the Guardians. Or perhaps... Could he be one of the missing prisoners? It would certainly explain the Gallian soldiers from before. We need to take him back for questioning. Excuse me, sir, but would you be willing to come back with us? At the very least, it would be more comfortable than this dilapidated houses. And we may be able to help you recover your memory.
Memories. Sweet memories. Yes. We like them very much. Very much.
Alright then. Let's return to Custom Orients. Now, my browbeating commander will likely wish to meet you. I suppose it can be helped.
Are we seriously not opening the locked door?
No.
We're the Griffin's Bane. Like, we can knock it down. Like, what?
No.
Are we really not?
It smells too bad.
Are we just... Is our investigation of this place just checking the doors of these houses and not going inside? Like, what's happening?
Yes, we knock on the doors, and if nobody responds, that means nobody lives there.
Okay. Like, unironic, like, what just happened? What are we doing? What the fuck is this? What kind of investigation are we performing here?
We did
So
investigating.
They're locked. Yeah.
They are houses.
They locked the door. They locked the door. What can we do? We can't go inside. They've been abandoned for 20 years. Nah, but that'd be rude.
Yeah, it would be rude.
What about the children of the owners of the house, you know?
Yeah.
What can we do? Our hands are tied. Can't like look through a window or something? No.
Nah, there are no windows.
No windows. That exist. The windows didn't exist 20 years ago.
That's a new invention.
Alright, Fala.
If he really is one of the missing prisoners, this could be the defining moment of my career. Even Serpent Marshal Brookstone is sure to take notice.
We'll call you the prison finder.
Serge Dog.
Yeah. How does that feel, Fala? Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Serpent Marshal. Possibly one of the missing prisoners, you say. I expected such wild claims from Lieutenant Zamolka, but if you would corroborate her reports, perhaps this warrants investigation.
I never
Until
said
further
that that's
notice,
the case.
He shall stay under the protection of the Edelsian Alliance.
Sir, with all due respect, you cannot just...
Lieutenant Molka, get this man a hot meal and a warm bed. When he's had a bit of rest, see what he knows of Bittermill and the Gallians. It shall not be long before we reach a resolution to all of this. You're free to wait here till she finishes questioning our new detainee. Okay. Seeking answers. The look on Servant Marshal's Brookstone's face suggests he has grown tired of waiting. He's really hungry.
He is. I mean, he hasn't eaten for 20 years.
I imagine Lieutenant Molko has finished questioning the detainee by now. Go and see what, if anything, she's learned.
She's learned that he likes beef. Oh, Mielikka. I've just finished with questioning. Unfortunately, he can recall absolutely nothing of his past. The only thing he's certain of is that he escaped from Gallian captivity. I'm beginning to believe he really is one of the missing prisoners. But where does Bittermill fit into all of this? I feel we've reached an impasse. It's not as if we can ask the Gallians what they were doing there. Or perhaps we can. The soldier who escaped us earlier must know something to have been prowling around the area. He has to be taken into custody. Come, Mielikka, we must speak with Serpent Marshal Brookstone about assembling a search party. No stone can be left unturned.
Why didn't we capture him
He's like,
to begin with?
he's like 3 days way away.
Uh-huh.
He's just gone. He
Why
picked
didn't
up
we
a
catch him
car.
at the beginning? Like, we're at war right now, right? Like, what? I don't... Okay.
Okay.
You wish to capture the soldier you encountered at Bittermill. Well, you shouldn't know I've already dispatched a reconnaissance team. After reading Lieutenant Molko's reports, I thought it prudent that he be apprehended immediately. I don't know why you didn't to begin with.
Hold on.
You know we're at war, right?
Hold. After reading her report, we dispatched a team immediately, which means she had time to write a physical written report by the time like she handed it. Like it's probably been days.
Look, he's doing his best, okay?
He is. He is doing his best. I feel like at this point the guy is long gone, you know?
Therein lies the rub. We lack the manpower to sufficiently survey the area. In fact, I was just deliberating over who I should call back to make a sweep of Owen's stash.
There's no need for that, sir. Mielikka and I will go. I realize I'm not the ideal scout to assist in this, but we have to find them. She doesn't even wait for response. She's gone.
That's fine.
That's fine.
I don't know where I'm going.
Oh.
Oh, I do now. Excuse me.
Yeah, why are you making the local flora upset?
We trespass on their houses.
Oh. On your guard, Mielikka. I have a bad feeling about this place.
Yeah, maybe we should go in first. I don't know.
Maybe. No. Nah, it's fine. I'm sure it's fine.
Wounded Imperial.
We found him, Mielikka. We really found him.
What? Why?
His wounds. If he's not treated soon, he won't be telling anyone anything. He's like to bleed out if left unattended. Go and tell Serpent Marshal Brookstone we found him, and he needs medical assistance before he can be moved. Can we teleport him, to be fair? I guess not. We can
we'll
teleport
ourselves.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, hold on, 1 second.
It's fine.
Because it's not like this is like something specific to us. Like this is like common technology. Like people use this.
My men have searched high and low, yet there's no sign of this runaway soldier. We found him.
We found him. It took us 2 minutes.
Found him at Owen's stash. Say no more. It's like, but he's dying. Say no more.
We're sending our best fighters to take him down. I know he's very dangerous.
Attention, this is Brookstone speaking. Subject has been found at Owen's stash. I see he's looking. Oh, he's crazy. Look, he's using a link pearl.
What? No, hold on.
My God.
He's a high-ranking officer, so he has the bonus like company plan. Okay. Specifically him.
But that means that everyone that he's communicating with also has a link pearl. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
He's talking to everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
he's
It's that
doing like
it's that
like a
Grand
broadcast.
Company special, you know.
It's crazy. This might be one of the first times we've had an NPC like this use a link pearl, by the way.
No,
Like-
no, actually not. Like specifically, the Grand Companies use them more often. I'm not saying
Okay,
all the time, but
okay.
we've seen Grand Companies specifically use link pearls.
It's like, don't you think you should use this more often? It's like, no, we only use this during side quests. Referring to not during the main story.
Not when it's
Okay,
important.
okay. Okay, I see. I see.
Look, the plan is
Okay.
limited. It's a good plan, but it's still pretty limited. There's no good
We don't have
reception here.
we don't have the data for main story quests. That's yeah, the charge rate is a lot higher there, but for
Yeah.
side quests, it's very cheap actually. It's very cheap. Okay.
We
Thank
have
you.
3 minutes actually.
This is Brookstone speaking. Subject has been found at Owen's stash. I repeat, the subject has been found at Owen's stash. He's severely wounded and in need of medical attention. It's like I didn't say. Wait, why didn't we just link pearl him from the?
Exactly.
Wait,
Why did we just call him?
why didn't we just call him if he's calling everyone else? Why didn't she call him? Because she's a part of the Grand Company as well, so
Yes.
she'd have a link pearl to him.
I mean,
This
we
don't make
have
any
a link
sense.
pearl, and we are part of the company. Like he
No, but she's an officer.
I
She's
know.
an officer as well, though. She'd have one.
Yeah, but like I'm gonna assume there's like, oh, maybe they have like a limited number of link pearls, so they only give it to people who are going to the mission, and she didn't wait, so she didn't receive one. But we know we have a link pearl, and we are part of the company, so we should be able to contact him.
This doesn't make any sense. Why are we manually walking to you and like giving you a letter when we can literally just text you? Like we just that's what just happened.
Yeah.
What's going on? Excellent work. Perhaps we can finally get to the bottom of all this. Bitter mill business.
Oh boy.
Hello, streamer. I'm new to the game. Which healer is better, Scholar or Astrologian? Astrologian. We don't know. We're also very new to the game as well. But the benefit of Final Fantasy XIV is that you can play any class you want, and
Yeah,
you
you
can
can
switch between them.
multiclass.
So, yeah, you can multi-class. So you can play one, and you can play the other, and they both share the same gear. So you can. There's
the
no
most
like.
part.
Yeah, for the most part, except for the weapons. So you can try one, and you can very easily switch to the other and try them both out and play what you enjoy the most. When it comes to like what is like meta or what is like statistically better than the other, that only really matters for like high-end rating. If you're not doing that, whatever it is that you enjoy most, you can get away with playing. So yeah.
Yeah, I
Then
mean, when I tried healers, I started from Conjurer, so White Mage, because it fit thematically with my character, but I actually feel better at Scholar. Like, Scholar is just more comfortable for me. But, like, it's literally what it is. It's whatever is more comfortable for you. Whatever, like, just feels better.
Yeah, like you can see here, like I'm level 70-ish, like in every class. So you can just switch, you can just mix and match. You can just mix and match. You can play whatever class you want. So you shouldn't feel too tied down to one class, or you shouldn't feel too like stressed out about like picking only one thing and only leveling one thing, because you can very easily kind of switch to another thing as well. So it's very casual in that sense, or it's, I don't know, very very considerate of your time in that sense. You don't have to create a new character for another class like another game.
Yeah, I feel like that's generally the theme of Final Fantasy XIV, that it, like, lets you appreciate the game without, like, you know, too much, like, time spent. In a way, I don't want to say time spent because we've been playing this for years and we like nowhere. But like, you know, if you don't want to put like too many hours into it, you don't have to, and you can still enjoy the game. Like, you can do whatever you want.
Honest truth. Serpent Marshal Brookstone is eager to know what became of the injured Gallian soldier. I died. By all rights, my men should be back by now. Go and see if you can find Lieutenant Smolko. I want to know what those Gallian dogs were up to.
It's actually like his brother that was just part of the Gallian force, and those were like their siblings that we just killed. I mean, I don't feel weird when, like, you know, we're just straight up dispatching them when we don't know who they
Look,
are.
am I crazy? Look, okay, look, I'm just thinking of how things work IRL right now. Okay, look. If you have a superior that's looking for wants an answer about something, okay, you know what you do? You could probably just send an email. But if you don't have emails, you just fucking call them, right? Like, why did
No. You cannot use link pairs because this is top secret information. Okay, someone could hear you.
What do you mean? We're in the same stronghold. There's probably like 3 minutes because it's like LAN, right? Like local calls?
Yeah, somebody could like, you know, track the conversation because it's local and stuff. It's not like he could
What, like
just
another
walk 2
soldier?
blocks and like talk to her because they're
Uh-huh.
literally like next to each other.
Uh-huh. Exactly. Ah. Okay.
Ah, Mielikka. I'm happy to report we managed to bring him back safely and not a minute too soon. I plan to speak with him shortly after returning, but the healers won't permit anyone to see him until he's settled and the bleeding stopped. I imagine we won't have to wait very long. Would you mind waiting here with me? I'm certain the healers will have him up and walking about soon.
This is literally one of those things where it could have been an email, you know?
It could have been an email.
Yaunch.
It seems he's finally fit to speak. I don't expect you to be grateful, but I'd like to remind you, you likely wouldn't be standing here if we hadn't found you in that cave. Now, start talking. What were you doing out there at Bittermill?
We were looking for someone. An escapee from one of our facilities. He'd lost his memory and was otherwise mentally unstable. So we knew he couldn't have gone far.
I believe the man you're speaking of is already in our custody. We found him seeking shelter in Bittermill. He claims you captured him, though he cannot recall where.
So, he returned to Bill after all. I guess the past came back to haunt him, even if he can't remember it.
Listen, my superiors are not like to show you any leniency. If you tell me everything you know, I will do all within my power to see your life is spared. Do we have a deal?
Miss, I may be dressed in their uniform, but you'd be mistaken to believe I owe the Garleans any allegiance. I will gladly tell you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like because I understand that, like, in the battle, like, sure, like, you know, some things are necessary, but, like, this was, like, a small contingent, so, like, it's probably easier to just capture them and talk to them, honestly.
Yeah. 20 years ago, a group of prisoners was relocated to Bittermill to assist in the Garleans' more unorthodox experiments. They wanted to create a new chemical weapon, one that would leave buildings untouched while killing any and everyone it came into contact with. Black Rose, I believe it was called.
That's horrible.
Their intention was to drive back Edosian forces without wasting any of their own on the front lines. Of course, it wouldn't know if it really worked without willing volunteers, and what better place than a village long since abandoned by its people. Not a single prisoner survived, their test proving a resounding success. It was only a matter of time before Black Rose would be deployed, or so they thought. To the surprise of many, the project was shut down before Black Rose could ever be used. The order came from the legatus of the 14th Imperial Legion, and interim leader of the Alamegan province, Gaius von Balser. The Black Wolf would not allow the senseless murdering of Edosian people. He saw them as future subjects of the Empire to be ruled, not savages to be slaughtered. Everything was to be destroyed, but the man behind the project would not see his work wasted, and ran off with the last remaining samples of Black Rose. He was promptly apprehended, but he had already hidden away his work. They used every heinous tool at their disposal to make him talk, yet he would not, or rather could not, tell them where he hid it. The doctor had already gone mad, and couldn't remember a thing. I can only assume one of his experiments went wrong and ruined his mind in the process.
Then that means the man we found earlier.
Aye, that's him. Ah.
Uh-huh. What's his name?
Grilla Myers, but we call him the Grill Master.
Yes.
Ah. Former head of research for the 14th Imperial Legion. This see, this is what I mean. First things first. This quest feels out of place because again, it feels like this is one of those things that you find out that like again that motivates like the Alliance to like step into the fray sort of thing. And this should be one of the things that you find out ahead of time, and is maybe one of the many things that pushes them into making that decision. Also, I feel like this should maybe be MSQ. I don't know. It's kind of interesting to hear, right? Like to hear about like a chemical weapon like this that was going to be used, that was effective, and then you find out that Gaius,
The guy who shut it down.
he didn't. Yeah, he shut it down not because he's honorable or anything. I thought that's what they were gonna say, that like he wanted to like fight people like man to man or something. But no, he was like, no, I don't want to kill these people. I want to rule them. It's like, okay.
No. I mean,
like that's.
I guess I wouldn't put it as honorable, but like it's still like seeing them for something more than just than just like meat for slaughter.
Yeah, and it's like it's interesting. It's interesting to learn that. And I feel like I don't know. I feel like this quest, it feels a little bit mishandled because I feel like the subject matter has a lot of potential with what it can do, because it feels kind of important, right?
Yeah. Also
to be left to fucking Moko.
Yeah.
Like,
who clearly is very competent at her job.
Very, very.
She definitely is not trying everything in her might to be noticed by Senpai. But like, it's also like there's the other part of the quest that bothers me, that like we killed the other two, but like this guy was left alive, and we're like, oh, we're not gonna show you any mercy. It's like I live here. Like he's probably local for all we know.
No, but yeah, 100%. But like this is also why like this feels like an important like intro quest, just because like you could then I don't know, you can set up the idea, and that's kind of what they're doing. Maybe we'll see. Set up the idea of like coming into this war. What's a little bit more complicated is that a lot of the people that you're fighting are probably people that like used to be a part of the Erosian Alliance, right? So like there's a little bit more depth as to what's happening.
I mean, not say the Alliance itself, but like they are not like Guardians. They are all people who haven't been taken.
Well, I mean, in this quest line, they literally said like, oh, maybe like, one of the questions that she posed was like, oh, maybe he was from
Gridanian. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. Like he might have just been someone taken from Gridania as well. And that's also something that happens, right? Like people taken from Gridania because it's right next door, or people from Alamigo, or just prisoners from wherever, right? That they just get like conscripted into the army against their will, because if they don't, they just die. Because she literally just said that most of the prisoners were killed, sort of thing, right? Like all this is like pretty like heavy stuff.
She literally said that they were killed to be given examples what happens if they don't listen.
Yeah, like, and it feels like this deserves a little bit more attention, sort of thing. I feel like this quest line can be expanded upon in an interesting way, and they didn't, which is kind of weird, because it's like, yeah, I don't know, it's kind of weird. So Taha.
Oh, does he say anything? Oh, he says something. My orders were to capture Grill Master and destroy whatever evidence remained of his work in Midterm. We failed to find anything, but it's there. You can't kill that many people and leave nothing behind. Can't believe that incoherent mess of a man was a scientist in service of the Guardians. I think we've heard enough. Thank you for your cooperation. What do you think, Mielikka? A part of me wants to believe it isn't true, but I see no reason why he would lie to us. There has to be some way to substantiate his story. If the entirety of Bittermeal was used for the experiments, it would be no easy feat to do away with the evidence of such a massive operation. No, there would have to be some lingering traces of their work. And if they couldn't dispose of it, their only option would be to bury it. Mielikka, we have to go back to Bittermeal. Are we gonna open the door?
Is that the only option they would have to dispose of it?
No.
To bury it?
Burn it?
No. To burn it, yeah. It's been 20 years.
Yeah, and that's generally isn't that also what like happened with like plague victims and stuff, that like you burn it?
I mean, I mean, we say that, but like the bodies would be buried regardless. So I guess
Yeah.
I guess we're gonna
true.
dig up bodies. Like that's what's gonna happen. I guess.
Yeah, with no equipment as well.
That's okay. We'll send it back to the lab. To analyze the
okay.
corpses.
Okay. Just dig up one bone.
Huh.
And just let them.
I'm gonna help this guy fight this thing.
I mean, we. He's fine. He's fine.
I mean, he is fine. Yeah, he's level 100. He's fine. Or
Like
do you wanna fight it?
I don't want to like steal it from him. Because he's fine.
You don't steal anything. It's shared.
Yeah, but like maybe he wants to solo it.
I don't think he does.
So do you want to help? We can help.
Okay. Oh god.
Hold on. That's a very angry thingy. It's already past half health.
He's not a blue mage or anything, is he?
Huh? Is he a
He's not a blue mage or anything, is he?
I don't know. He's a paladin.
Oh, okay. Fine.
Uh-oh. There's no escape.
Doesn't do anything. Okay. Nice.
Nice.
Got some tombstones.
Did you see his mouth?
Is that like a massive cat? What is
It
that?
is like a cat plushie. It's like a Lalafell in a cat plushie. Oh my god.
Nice. Hold on, it's back.
Alright, let's split up. There has to be something here, and I'm not leaving until we find it. Okay.
Okay, what if we open the doors?
No.
It's
Never
crazy.
open the door.
It's crazy.
Why would you do that? That is somebody's house. Oh, we can talk to her. She's here.
The soil's right there, but sure, let's talk to her.
Do you have anything to say? I don't doubt what the man said, but the thought of all those people dying on this very ground is revolting. Part of me hopes we don't find anything.
Barren soil.
Like, if it was 20 years ago, like, it wouldn't be very obvious, would it?
Yeah. Like, this isn't like they, like, nuked the area with radiation sort of thing. I guess that's what they're trying to, like, they're trying to make it analogous to that, I guess? Maybe? Maybe.
I don't know. I think I don't know, actually. So your chat is having a lot of fun.
I had ceviche. Oh, no. Ah. The faces. Es the Asher. Es the Sounder. Okay.
Did you try to look at the window?
Your digging reveals a small metal container, though you probably shouldn't touch it. Lieutenant Smoko will want to know what you've found.
Why shouldn't we touch it?
Bring in the
What?
bring in the bomb team, the bomb squad.
Hold on. What internal voice tells us, oh, we found something, we shouldn't touch it, and like everything else
Yeah.
that we found?
Uh-huh. I don't know.
Why?
It doesn't make any sense. There's no reason for us not to touch it.
You found something? A metal container. Could it be the missing sample of Black Rose?
I'm gonna find the missing sample of the bracket. What?
Oh, you found this? This must be Holy Grail. I mean, what else could it be? It's like, it's so random. So he was telling the truth after all. There's no time to be sentimental, nor hasty. Any mishaps in handling that container could prove disastrous. Let's report Black to Serpent Marshal Brookstone. I keep saying Bookstone.
He found something. Oh, it's a nuclear warhead. He found
Yeah,
it.
it's like,
The
why
proof
is
we
that your
needed.
first reaction?
Well, no, not even why is it your first reaction? Why is that what we found? Because most likely that is what we found. But like, why? Like that's. This could have been handled in a more delicate manner. Like finding, evidence of, of what happened.
Of the fact that it was
More
used there in some way?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. That's why I thought we were digging up bodies. To find out how the people died, maybe, but anyway.
Like, how did we know what we're looking for? You didn't
Well,
mock
remember the guy,
say.
like the guy in passing said that like the guy hid like a sample somewhere.
I
But, like,
guess, but like, but
that's-
still, how would we know what we're looking for?
Yeah, there's no reason for that. Yeah.
Wait for this. We've discovered the identity of the man we thought to be one of the missing prisoners. He is Grillmaster, former chief of research for the 14th Imperial Legion, who oversaw the manufacturing of a chemical weapon known as Black Rose. After a thorough survey of Bittermill, we've discovered that what we believe to be a sample of this weapon. We'd like to request assistance in retrieving it.
Yo, this conversation should be a phone call.
No, click.
It's like
click,
we just
click.
because we just left the sample to rush back here
Yes.
to then run back to
We-
get it.
we
Like,
left the
shouldn't we call.
Not only did we leave the sample, we also left it uncovered so anybody can find it.
Yeah, like this should be a phone call.
Click.
This
click,
100%
click,
should be a phone call.
click.
Like,
I
why?
want your reaction. Click for the next line.
This doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense. Why would we leave and then come back? This isn't like this isn't like prehistoric era, like where we we have to talk to each other face to face.
Yes, we cannot
Man
even
to
send a
man.
pigeon. We have to do it specifically ourselves.
No, not even it. We have phones. We have phones. Characters are playing Diablo Immortal. Like we can call people. It's fine.
Yeah.
Attention. This
That's what I was waiting for.
This is Brookstone. A container we believe to contain a Gallian chemical weapon has been discovered at Bittermill. Could you please go and get it? I don't know why I wasn't just told this. This is a PSA to all people listening to me. You know that this is not one way. You can actually call me back and talk to me. It's crazy, I know. Like it's the technology of link pearls. You can call me. Please call me.
Please,
So
this
no.
should have been an email.
It should have been. What's happening? What is happening to this military?
As for the missing prisoners, they were used as test subjects for Black Rose. There were no survivors. Sir, I don't believe we should allow the risk of such weapon falling into the wrong hands.
I agree, Lieutenant. After the weapon has been safely moved to a secure location, rest assured, we will see to its disposal. What's that mean? He's literally calling in the bottom squad. Let's go. As for the Grill Master, his fate resides with the Council. Considering the weight of his crimes, his punishment will be quite severe.
I almost pity the man. But memories or no, his crimes cannot be excused.
Lieutenant Smolka, Captain Duck, you've done well today. And I'm sure you're both quite tired. Go and rest. You've earned it.
Actually, I think I'll be heading back to Gridania to write up a report. The events of Bittermill needs to be recorded, that we might prevent such atrocities from happening again. I wish I could accompany you a while longer, but I'm sure the Great Griffin's bane is needed elsewhere. Thank you again for all your help. I look forward to adding your feats of daring to our record someday.
I'm about to invade Iraq in 2003. Not quite, not quite. I get where you get. I understand the parallels, and there are some parallels with some things that are going on, but not quite, not quite.
I think the Final Fantasy team was going for parallels from way older times than that.
Yeah.
You can clearly see
more,
that in some of the lines.
Yeah. This is a lot more like, you know, World War era stuff.
Yes, this is like World War II kind of thing.
100%, like more World War II era stuff.
Like there are like clear references.
Yeah, like death camps and like chemical weapons and experimenting on prisoners and all this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, even the fact that we are specifically being told that like this army is made of people who were just taken, which is literally what happened when like Germany took over certain regions.
Yeah. It's all
not German, and not just Germany, I assume.
Mm-hmm. So a little bit further back.
Yeah.
A little bit. Do you think that's the last that we're gonna see of Moko, or is she gonna be a recurring character?
She will come back.
Right, she'll be back.
She'll be back.
Yeah. No.
I don't know how long it will take, but she will be back.
Oh boy. But yeah, like I feel like this quest line holds some significance, and it feels a little bit mishandled. It feels a little bit. Like especially the end as well, right? Like the moral like quandary of punishing this person even though they have like amnesia, right? Like they don't know what it is that they did, or we assume they don't know. And technically they could be faking it, but we assume they're not.
They could be.
Like that's also like a little bit complicated, right?
It is.
But it's also complicated because it's also possible that maybe they intentionally like get rid of their own memories.
Yeah, but
right?
also
maybe that was intentional, or like we don't know.
I also feel like there's another layer to this where we had the whole like conversation about, oh, this guy told us that they made a weapon and all of this, and I don't know if we can believe him. I think he's saying the truth, but you know, he is still part of a foreign like military, so we have to be careful about that. And then we find a box. We don't know what's inside. Like this could be like family heirloom, this could be anything. And we're like, oh, the guy is clearly telling the truth because we found a box.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that I think the guy is lying, because I think he's not, but I feel like we should be way more cautious in, like, formulating, you know, conclusions to our investigation based on what we know.
What's in the box? Oh, no. What's in the box? Not like, okay. We don't know what's in the box. It's fine. They disposed of it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It will never be brought up again.
Alright, we should probably... I'm pretty sure we already spoke to every individual person here, but we probably should do it again.
Yeah, we should.
Oh, Conrad's alive! Wait, who was the one that died?
The other guy, I told you. The other... The Conrad survived, but he had another Alamigan with him. And he was the guy who we saved way back when in South Shroud.
Yeah.
South Shroud?
Okay.
The Shroud.
Sotanaga.
Mango? Yeah, gods, the pain. It seemed like a good idea at the time. Oh yeah, because I think she was like injured and she was not supposed to move. I forgot Kryle. Kryle is just like below the table.
I give a fuck about Kryle, okay?
Aww. Poor Kryle. She did nothing wrong. I can't deny a part of me wants to stay and fight. But I know I'd be more used to you and the others.
Oh, are we going to Japan? Is that what's happening?
Oh yeah, I remember. We just leaving.
Yeah, and I believe, okay, it's kind of coming back to me that it's weird that she's coming with us.
Yes, because she's literally tied to this place and not the other place.
Yeah, that she shouldn't. But I think we spoke about how yeah, I don't know. It's not all coming back to me.
We really should watch previous episode.
Cryle, sweet to Cryle.
She doesn't say anything good. You've said your piece, yes? Now would you please return to bed? You'll never recover if you carry on like this.
No, but in general, like, it feels weird to leave when it feels like things are just now starting here.
Yeah, it
right?
feels like things are currently being heated here.
Yeah, like we're about to start a counteroffensive ? So like, why are we leaving? I feel like we shouldn't leave. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and more importantly, Liz shouldn't leave if she wants to, like, you know, be part of the rebellion or whatever.
Yeah, and if you remember, we spoke about how I remember we had a big conversation about how certain expansions, they focus on a set number of characters, and we were critical of the characters that were chosen to bring here. I remember we were critical of Cryle because Cryle didn't do anything here. Same with I think with Ishola as well, where like you can cut out certain characters and focus on a smaller group to like expand on them a little bit more, and you can split the cast up and have like half here and then the other half in the other area, right? And you can go back and forth and spend time with them separately, but that's not what they're doing. I remember we had a big conversation about it. Yeah, because your sales, she's injured, so she didn't do anything anyway. Like she was here, but she's like had no impact.
Ishtola is like half dead right now.
Yeah, but she literally had zero impact to the story so far. Like, why was she here? Why? Like, it was just a waste.
No. Actually, I don't remember. I'm trying to remember. I don't think she was the one who dispelled the glamour thing. So no. So she had no use.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think we were talking about Thancred. I think we were talking about Thancred, about how he because right now we didn't really spend too much time with him previously, and he like his whole thing right now is trying to like redeem himself because of like past actions. Like it would make sense if he was maybe a part of this. Like I don't know, we had a big conversation about things.
He can't be part of things.
Okay.
Because he can't travel, and it just takes too long for him to get anywhere.
Yeah, maybe we should address that in some way.
No, we just leave him be.
Okay.
Just leave him behind.
That which is beyond, one alone may yet be within reach of the many. What are you doing? Okay.
He started writing poetry.
Okay, Master Yoda. What are you talking about?
Alfredo got into writing poems, you know?
Alone beyond one, within many will reach. It's like, okay, thank you. Alfredo, what the fuck are you saying right now?
His brain is fried by now, you know?
Huh?
Too much.
God. Conrad. Got a long road ahead of us, but it all begins with the first step. We'll stay in the Reach and rebuild. We'll reinforce our defenses, and if they come again, we'll be ready. I thought we were doing a counter-offensive. Like, what the fuck? What's happening?
Yeah, so I don't know if they have, like, the resources for the defensive, I'll be honest.
Storm Officer. Like, cause don't you remember we were supposed to go to there's like 5 like other like groups of like rebellions or like 5 other like settlements that we're gonna go to and join them all.
Yeah, I thought that was supposed to be like our task, but like, now we're like, no, actually we're not gonna do that. I'm like, okay, so if we're not gonna do that, maybe Liz can do that because she's like semi-local, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
How is Limlane's name? How in Limlane's name do they find the Reach? I thought their glamours were impenetrable.
How did we find it?
No. Maybe it's because people just keep walking in and out of it and they just noticed. Oh, very sneaky. Raban. Lies. If there is truth in the rumors, this is not the first time Xenos has spared his foes. They say he abides by an unusual code and takes pleasure in the fight. Whatever his reasons, we must use this time to our advantage. Servant Officer. I've called upon Stillglade, Fane, to send every available conjurer, no matter how inexperienced, to help the wounded. I pray it will be enough.
Pippin? You forgot Pippin. Uh-oh.
It's so small. I didn't
You
notice.
keep forgetting the Lalas. You're like, oh, the Lala fans, they don't exist. They're too small.
Like, I didn't look down, okay? My eye... I look straight ahead.
They're behind the
notice these
table. You
people.
cannot see them.
Wish you well in your journey, my friend. Let us pray that when we meet again, our fortunes will be much changed. Okay. Let's say.
Okay, hold on. I have to run.
I'll say is contemplating the logistics of a journey to the Far East.
Where men go as one, there is life. And where there is life, there is cause to hope. Our grandfather believed that, and so do I. But before we can forge ties with our friends in the Far East, we must find a way to reach them. Othard is not exactly over the river and through the woods.
One step ahead of you, dear sister. Or rather, Tataru is. But before we discuss that, there is another issue I wish to address. Your clothes.
What do you have against my fashion, Alfie?
Calm down, mate. Calm down. Much as I would like it if we could all make this journey together, someone will need to remain to serve as liaison to the Alliance and to the Resistance during this critical period. Moreover, as the Shola cannot be left unattended.
Then I should obviously remain. Very well. Issue addressed.
See, this is what we spoke about before, is that why were Ishtola and Kryl brought to this part of the story if they didn't do anything? They did nothing. And now they're just being left behind anyway, so why bring them to begin with?
Look.
What was the point of that? What, just so we can leave Thancred out? Like that, like what? Like,
I don't know.
What?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's like the writers, they changed their mind on who they wanted to bring into the story.
It's like, oh, remember
Before it
this
began.
character? People like this character. Let's bring her along.
But then they don't.
They're like, you know what? We
Like,
actually have no
shit,
space in the story.
It's like oh shit! I forgot to write something for this character. I guess.
I guess
we
I
probably
guess
shouldn't bring
she's
them along.
busy this weekend.
Uh-huh. Done.
You know, Alfino, it would have been quicker just to ask, and markedly less patronizing.
Yes, I suppose. Would you be willing to look after your Stola and provide support to Arnivold and the others?
Yes, Alfino, I would. You see, that wasn't so hard, was it? Enjoy your trip and don't you dare return with a gift.
Oh, I would not dream of it. Excuse me?
It's such a very weird conversation, but sure.
Right then, sister. Light, Liz, gather your things. We are for Lim Solominsa. But yeah, like even though I don't recall like what our main gripe was, coming into this, I feel like it's more important that Liz spends time here
Yes.
with her people, just so she can create like a more of a connection with them, because that's something that she's lacking right now.
Yeah, like it was specifically mentioned that like they don't necessarily trust her because she was gone for so long and stuff. Like we had the whole arc of that she didn't learn from, by the way, because she was just accepted without like, you know, changing anything. But like the thing is that they are trying, like in this expansion specifically, they're trying to paint Liz as like, oh, she like really loves like, you know, her nation, her people, and she wants to be there for them. Like even though she was gone for years, like she like wants to make up for it, and she wants to be part of the rebellion, so she leaves. Like
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, if they want to portray her as that kind of character that wants that cares about her people and that
Hmm.
cares about this place, then she should be here.
Yeah.
And more importantly, because I remember this is one of our criticisms of the side quests in the previous village, is that she should be going out of her way to like help these people and spend time with these people and
Hmm.
understand these people. Because the reality is that she wasn't here, and she left when she was a kid. So her connection here is like really like
Yeah.
it's a very thin one. It's a very thin connection that feels a little bit um it doesn't feel very
Like
genuine.
the thing
And
is, I can understand her not realizing that she needs that connection thing, that like she needs to like actually interact with. Like I can understand her not realizing that, which she should after the quest line we had, but as we mentioned, she didn't learn from that quest line. But what is weird is like if it's really that important to her, that's like integral like part of her personality, whatever, then she should be willing to stay here even if we're leaving.
yeah,
Because it's that important.
exactly. Yeah, it should be if they want to write it so that she leaves with us and we have like a good enough reason, like, oh, like there's not much you can do here, like there are other people that need us right now, we'll be back, don't worry. Then you're right, like she should be fighting for that, right? Like it should be a difficult decision to make, and we should feel that difficult decision because she's leaving her people who are dying right now to go somewhere else to help other people instead, right? Which
Who
would
are
be
not
like a difficult
related to
thing
her.
to do. Yeah, exactly. So that's like that should be a difficult decision to make, but it isn't. She's like, yeah,
Because it's not even like she's like picking between like, oh, like she's picking between like saving her nation, like saving Alfino or something. Like no, like this is like like we're going to like help people who are not very connected to us still.
Well, I would say they're more connected to us. They're not connected to her because
Yeah, but
she
that's
wasn't
what I
part of the
mean.
last expansion. Yeah, like as in even less so for her, right? Like,
Yeah.
for her, she's even more disconnected
Yeah,
than we
because
are with
that's
what's
a good
happening
point. She was gone
in
as
the east.
expansion.
Yeah, exactly.
So
She's
she
gone.
doesn't. So she like barely even knows them at all.
Remember Papa Limo? Remember?
Remember Papa Limo?
Ah, ah.
Papa Limo died
Papa
for
Limo.
this.
Why did they kill him off? That was kind of weird. Why'd they do that? That was kind of remember that. Remember the reason why they killed him off is because they didn't want to write for his character anymore, basically. Ah, okay. They didn't know
Never
what to do with him.
forget. Papa Limo died for this.
And they basically killed off Isael? What's her name? Was it Isael? No, Ida. They killed off Ida.
Yeah,
but they
in a
didn't
way
want
they
to
killed
kill
off
two
Ida,
characters
yes.
well, yeah, but narratively they didn't want to kill off two characters, so they just wrote that they just wrote her into a different character instead of killing her off because it would look weird to kill two characters at once, so they didn't want to write for her.
I mean, you say that.
Which is why they went in the last expansion.
I'll be honest. I would be fine with Papa Lima and Ida dying together. Because
I think that would've been
it would
better,
be
yeah.
like a good like ending to like emphasize how much they just like relied on each other.
Yeah, I agree. I think, well, I think that's better than what we got. I think her dying with Papalima would have been better than, and then introducing like her sister. Like this character could just actually be her sister. Like there's
Yeah,
no
like
reason
genuinely,
why
it could be
we
her
couldn't-
sister that we like either found or like she learned that Ida is
cancer
dead
here.
and like she just appeared because like she's mourning her or something like
Exactly,
something like that.
exactly. You could just write her sister into the story as Lise, and we just get introduced to Lise instead of them like narratively killing Ida, but not having like the confidence or like the balls to do it and actually just kill her because they were like too scared to. Like it's just yeah.
Yeah, I agree. That would be better if we had to go with like killing of Papalemo. I
Yeah.
think it would be better to killing them both off and introducing
Yeah.
Liz as a new character. I agree.
Yeah, 100%. Because right now the reason why one of the other reasons why we don't like Lise is because she's meant to have had the experiences and everything with being a different person, with being Ida, right? Like with being close with Papalimo, with all of that. It's like it's hurting the character that she used to be Ida more than helping her.
Yeah, I agree.
Because our issue was that she didn't learn anything from Papalimo. He died for nothing. Remember that? Remember when he died? We spoke about how like now she's meant to be taking things more seriously. That's meant to change her character in a positive way,
I didn't.
where she's you know, less like again, like when she realizes the stakes here because you know her mentor died.
Yeah,
and her friend died.
because the whole like thing about Papelimo dying, if you remember, was that Ida was like very quick to like react. Well, like because the whole like story
She was
was
being radicalized. Remember?
yes,
Like,
yes,
that
that's what
was
I mean.
happening.
Where like what I mean is like when you had the Griffin who was like trying to radicalize people, and like she was like kind of buying into this, and Papalimo
Yeah,
was like
she
warning
was.
her like to be careful to like not go this way, and like she was like, no,
Yeah,
I'm gonna go this way.
yeah, yeah.
So that was the whole point of Papalimo dying, was to like, you know, like kind of shock her to like realize that this is how high the stakes are, and maybe she shouldn't go that way.
Yeah. And she just went that way anyway.
Yeah, she went that way anyway. Yeah, pretty much. And
Anyway.
she learned that. I feel like again, I know we've had rants about this before, but like the biggest issue I think of this expansion, apart from like the whole like character thing is that we constantly have events that are supposed to teach her something, and it doesn't feel like she's learning.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't feel like anything is changing for her.
Mhm. Okay, let's go. We're going to Limsa because we're going to catch a boat.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm low-key excited to go to a new area in a boat. Sounds fun. Like, you know, we're not gonna teleport there, we're actually gonna take a boat.
Yeah.
Like,
Fishing.
I appreciate my lore accurate travels. Okay, where are you?
We can like knock Liz into the ocean on the way there. We can.
I mean, what?
Oh god.
So where are you?
You know what? You know what? If especially upstairs, go upstairs. Go upstairs. Upper level is where the Alpina is.
Okay.
I feel like one, Liz should stay behind. I feel like this would be. I know that if you remember, the reason why Thancred isn't with us is because I'm pretty sure Thancred, he's leading the Crystal Braves, right? Like we left him in charge, and he's.
I'll be honest, I don't remember what he's doing.
That's what he's doing. We literally left him in charge of the Crystal Braves.
Okay.
Well, they're not called the Crystal Braves, the Scions, right? The Scions.
Yeah, the Scions.
Done. But like he could just leave that. He could leave that to Minfilia's mother, right? Or like whoever. And I feel like it's important for him to come because he's also like meant to be a rogue. Like there was that connection between him.
Yeah, between him and Yugiri.
Yes, exactly. There was a connection there, so I think it'd be probably interesting.
And
there's probably a lot of interesting story things if he comes with us.
And we are going there by boat, so it doesn't matter that he can't travel.
Exactly. We're like him. We can't teleport around.
Yeah, so he could just go with us. We could just take him.
He should 100%. He should just be, like it would just be better story wise if he was here.
Yeah, like worst case he just stays there, but like that wouldn't be too bad either because he's a fighter and like he's both a fighter and like I do say something between like a scout and a spy, right?
Yeah.
Like one of his like main tasks was to get information from places.
Are we going to Doma? Is that what it's called?
I think so, but I don't know. I don't remember. I think we're going somewhere else first, but I don't know.
Regardless, like he has a narratively better connection to that place than Liz does.
And also, I feel like unlike Liz, Thancred is actually developing as a character. As in, like, because, you know, when we were introduced to Thancred way on the beginning of Realm Reborn, he was, like, supposed to be, like, you know, he's good at what he does, but he's also, like, hitting on all the girls and stuff. Like, he was that kind of, like, character. But I feel like because a lot of, like, stuff happened over time to him, like, he became way more serious about what he's doing. So, like, he actually has that character progression.
And this is also just another opportunity for him to redeem himself. We spoke about this, but like like he's still. It feels, in my opinion, it still feels like he's trying to do that. And you could either do it in either one, right? Whether it comes to what's happening in Alamigo or what's happening in Doma, just pick and choose. But like one of these would be fitting for him to help other people in need. For like a bit of a greater cause,
yeah, I feel like
to help him with that.
I feel like Doma would be more fitting for him because as you said, like he fits with Yugiri and also like Yeah, I just think he would do better there.
Yeah.
Like he just fits that place more. And as you said, he could like redeem himself there. Like I do think that's a good opportunity. It would actually be a great narrative to have Liz like redeeming herself in Alamigo and Tancred redeeming himself in Doma. Like you could have like these synchronized timelines of like both people like fighting, you know, for their redemption.
Well, that's like basic story, you know. That's like how you write a basic story is to do that. And I don't know why they're not doing it. Also, what would be really cool, is if we're gonna play with it, like, in my assumption, okay, if Thancred doesn't get his magic powers back for the entire expansion, it would be cool if like to try to remedy that. It'd be interesting if like Yugiri and like the other rogues or ninjas and stuff, like what they do isn't really magic based. It's like a little bit different. It'd be cool if like if he was interested and either they taught him or he would like pick up what they're doing while going to Doma as well, so that
he would learn to be a shinobi.
Way. Yeah, he would just learn to do things in a different way so he can still be more useful, right, than relying on magic, because right now he can't use it, right? And maybe he does learn how to use magic again later on, but like in the interim, like this will be like his like kind of like solution, or like band-aid solution to that, is to like learn different skills from them as well, in this kind of like journey or adventure or story.
And
right?
he just like them, he would be a very useful scout, because as we said, like that was his task before in a way.
Yeah.
Like he was the one getting information.
Yeah. And the problem right now is that what we're saying is like really like basic stuff, as in like this just makes sense like narratively. So I don't know why they're not doing it. Like I know why. Confused. I know why the writer's not doing it. I know.
Yeah, it feels like those are some like obvious choices writing wise. They just don't.
Right now it feels like they just really want to write their own new character, and they really like Lys for that, and so that's what they want to focus on.
Yeah,
like,
but it's like if you like the character, then like write a good story for that character. That doesn't mean like you liking the character doesn't mean that the character needs more screen time. It needs better screen time.
Yeah, I know. I think that's what it is, though. It feels really amateurish. It's happened in other media before, but I think that's what's happening here, is that whoever's writing this, or the team of writers, because Lys is a new character for them to like start fresh with, like that's what their focus is on, and that's what they want to write for some reason.
I would almost argue Tancred is also a new character in a way, because he had the whole arc of being lost. So like I would argue like Tancred, like we don't know much about current Tancred either.
I would like it feels, and we'll see how the expansion plays out. It feels like the current writing team doesn't really have much love for him. Otherwise they would have just brought him along for even the first part. Not even this part. Even the first part where Krylin and Y'shtola didn't do anything, they would have just brought him along and not do anything as well, just to have him if they wanted
just
to.
Bring him along so he can also not do anything. Great idea.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, at least that, right? And they chose not to, which is kind of weird. Like it feels weird, right? Like why? Why was he the only one left out, even when other people weren't doing anything? Like if they didn't want him to do anything, he could have just done nothing with everyone else. They didn't even do that, which is kind of weird, right? Like it's kind of weird. Like it feels like they singled him out a little bit there. We'll see. Please.
Vilbrand was always Y'shtola's domain. I haven't spent much time there, to be honest.
Maybe she should come with us. Maybe she shouldn't have been severely injured. Maybe she should come with us as well. I don't know. Like you wrote to make her injured, so she shouldn't come. She shouldn't come. It's kind of weird. How'd I say?
I spoke with Urianger and Thancred along the way. To say they were surprised by our stratagem would be something of an understatement, but they did not dispute this logic.
Are they coming with us?
No.
She's like, nah, I just spoke to them.
No, I just
off screen.
Yes.
Yeah, don't need to see them.
They don't actually like to travel.
Oh, remember Urianger? Remember all of that? Remember
how Urianger like double crossed us and stuff?
he betrayed us and he was working with like the Warriors of Darkness and there was like all this weird stuff going on where like
Remember how we
holy
almost
shit,
got
remember all
killed
that?
because Urianger was just playing with people?
Yeah, remember how he literally betrayed us and we didn't address that at all, actually. We barely had any interactions with him.
Yeah, and
Despite what
he,
happened.
like, it was never explained. It was just like, yeah, I was just trying to help these people that we don't know, and they almost killed us several times, and then we had to help kill them. For some
No,
reason.
they didn't die, maybe. I know
We don't
we
know.
disagreed
We
on
don't
that
know.
as to what happened to them. I assumed that they just got sent back and we're gonna see them again later in the
Yeah, and
story,
I
and you
assumed they
assumed
just
they
dead.
died.
That they returned.
No,
I assumed that they returned to the live stream.
I assumed that they returned to their world and we're gonna see them again in the future with like the multiverse. Like that they're gonna go full multiverse on us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway. I read this as Tadro should be our ship's captain.
Yes! I'm sure Soko would agree.
Tadro should be here any moment with our ship's captain. And then she shows up with like a
She
captain's
shows like in the little hat, like captain hat.
Yes.
It's like
And then she shows you her ship, and it's like a little rowboat.
yeah, it's like I made this myself.
Oh no! Oh no! God.
So you're going by sea after all. Is Merwin lending us our peak of the Crimson Fleet?
Not exactly. You're right. Inasmuch as we will be traveling by sea, regrettably, it is simply not feasible for an airship to travel such a distance without impossibly large fuel reserves, to say nothing of the inevitability of running afoul of the Empire's aerial defenses. But then it is equally infeasible to sail an Ozin Alliance vessel halfway around the world without the Empire taking it. Are we going into submersible? Are we going to that underwater? Remember, there's like an underwater like city. Are we going there?
Maybe. Oh.
We own our own submersible, by the way.
We do. They're aptly called as well.
Yes. Which leaves us only one other option. Ah, speak of the devil. Yar.
Yes. Sorry to keep you waiting. May I present to you Captain Cavalen of Kraken's Arms? Oh, he's again. It's him.
Do I know this person?
Okay, hold on. Before we do anything, so you know who that is, because I know who that is. Firstly, this is the lover of the other captain. Well,
yes.
not the lover. This is the crush of the other captain.
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is
she
him.
has a crush on him. Yeah.
But secondly, when we first arrived to Limsa, we have found out that basically what he does is he smuggles spices. But like because it's Limsa, like oh no, he's just a businessman, you know. But he's a smuggler, most likely.
Yeah. Okay.
The Kraken's Arms? Don't tell me you made a deal with pirates.
Everyone here's a pirate.
Yeah, like
What are
literally
you
the
talking
entire
about?
Limsa is pirates. What do you mean?
Greetings and salutations, Scions. I take it from your comrade's tone that you no longer wish to proceed with our proposed arrangement. Not at all, Captain. Not at all. Pray forgive my sister her outburst. She has ever been one to speak her mind, and sometimes she shouldn't.
She
No,
would
he like
say
looks
that.
at her.
Say that, and she would like grab her weapon and be like ready to go.
Oh, no. I, on the other hand, am the very soul of discretion, as many well-respected personages would attest, from the offices of the Admiral to the high houses of Ishgard. Oh, damn.
But he's
He's laying
flexing.
it down. But where was
Oh yeah,
I?
hold on. This was important because we learned recently that Kavalen is an Ishgardian, I think. Or like he's related to like an Ishgardian family.
Yeah. Like he's like right now he's Alvina. He's also kind of like threatening him a little bit as well.
Yes,
Like,
yes, that's what I mean. But like this is why this was important that he mentioned Ishgard.
But where was I? Oh, yes. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn do indeed still wish to employ your services. However, it is important that you are aware of certain extenuating circumstances. and intent on securing passage to the Far East, he came to us, knowing us to be proud purveyors of said region's finest spices.
Which you steal from God's fearing merchants out on the high seas.
Whatever privateering the Kraken's arms may or may not engage in is strictly within the limits of the law, as set forth by our indefatigable keeper of the peace. More to the point, we are pragmatists. I see considerable risk in aiding your cause and negligible profit. Oh, get him, Papado.
Like,
Get him.
her eyes like shine. Well, I, for one, think the captain has a point. The 5 seas can be extremely treacherous, and many a poor, unfortunate soul has to come grief out there on the waves. Why, when we were in Ishgard, I had the tragical tale of how the heir to House Durandere vanished at sea. Even now, nearly 20 years later, the poor count remains convinced that his son still lives, and would pay a sultan's ransom for news of his whereabouts.
You got me. You got me.
I like this one.
You really are the devil. It's good. It's good. Truly a tragedy for the ages, and a testament to the misfortunes that may befall us should we act without due consideration. But so long as you are prepared to abide the capricious whims of fate, I am willing to oblige you this once. That said, in light of the recent rebellion, I trust you understand that I cannot deliver you to Doma itself. I take you only as far as Kugane in Hingashi. We will require time to procure sufficient provisions and make ready for departure. I humbly suggest you do the same.
I think those names are supposed to be read in Japanese, so it's Kugane. That's what I would say.
Kugane.
Kugane. Okay. But yeah, Tataru is the devil. We knew that. I like
nice.
her eyes just like shining. It's like, yes, I got this.
I think this is why I don't like the writings and interactions between Alphino and Kryl, because they had a really like weird like childish like kind of interaction like
yeah, because
seconds ago. Like in the story, like writing wise, like seconds ago, we teleport here and then bam, like it's a little bit more sophisticated. And
yeah, and
like
Alfie is like literally threatening the guy.
Yeah, and this is like a fun dialogue scene, but it gets undercut by like moments like that where like Kryl like and even him like he's treated like a child and he acts like a child as well. Like it isn't just like one way. Like they write him to be a little bit more childish whenever like talking to her, and it's like it just feels a little bit.
I mean,
it feels like we should be past that, especially after Heaven's Word. Like we should be past that stuff.
I mean,
like,
I understand.
Fine, but, like,
I understand why it happens because he is still fairly young and like he sees her as a teacher, so like it's weird for him to now be like equal with her. Which is something I have experienced before, to like get to know a teacher like, you know, when I was way older. But yeah, he acts very like it's like an ongoing thing where you have like Alphino as like, you know, the kid, and then Alphino as like actual like cunning smart leader kind of thing. It's like
but like
weird.
They keep writing it like that, and I don't think they need to. I think like in the beginning it's fine. I think at this point, or hopefully soon, they get rid of that. Because I feel like enough has happened where he should be grown out of that by now. I mean, I say that a lot has happened, but very little has happened with Kryl. Like I personally, I still don't fully understand why they introduced her, as she has provided very little to the main story so far. But like,
I mean, it's fine to introduce her,
for.
but like, she doesn't have to be part of all the events.
Yeah,
like that's the problem. That like as you said, like we're taking all these characters on a journey, and like it doesn't feel like some of them are actually contributing to it.
Yeah,
And even here, you had a great example where you had like the whole conversation and Liz contributed nothing.
Yeah,
She had no idea what's going on.
it's kind of weird that she was just standing there. Anyway, Tataro. Tataro.
Hold on, I was hydrating.
Okay.
The poor little boy has only seen 14 summers when he left Ishgard. Can you imagine what it must have felt like to finally be free to explore the world, unbeholden to all the stuffy traditions of the Holy See? Such a shame that he never returned home. Without him, the Count de Durandere must look elsewhere for a successor. And the good Lord Janekinard is one step closer to being the next in line. Do we know them? I'm not sure what just happened. I could have sworn he was about to turn us away, but then he changed his mind?
Let's say.
Shirita is clueless. Blackmail, is it? This is a dangerous game the two of them are playing. What guarantee do we have that Kavarian won't just throw us overboard?
The thing is that they don't have to write her like that, is the problem. Like, yes, they're portraying her as being clueless. I don't know why they're doing that. Like, they don't need to, they don't need to write her that way, you know? Like, this is a decision made by the writers. This isn't like...
I mean, there's a whole problem of Liz and even Ida, that she was never written to be very smart. And, like, they just continue that. Like, yeah, she just doesn't seem very smart.
Well, I mean, for Ida it was fine because that's what Papa Limo was for. Like,
because like he was like taking care of her because she was like kind of childish, so like he had to be there to like watch over her. But now she was like, that was the like also at the point of like the Papa Limo's death is like, oh, now she actually has to mature, like she actually has to like start thinking about.
That's what I
stuff.
mean. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I don't know why they're still writing her like that when she's supposed to grow as a character and no longer be like that. Is what I'm getting. Like, she's supposed to be getting past that, and I'm sure she will by the end of the story, by the end of the expansion. But like, Papa Nemo's dead.
Yeah,
like
he's been dead for a while.
A lot has happened. So you'd expect some change in the character and their demeanor and how they act. Anyway, off you know. Suddenly, all those hours that little passed cavorting and capering at the Forgotten Night seem rather better spent, do they not? That said, I'd intended to press the point more obliquely, and there was something disconcerting about the pleasure that little took in making Captain Cavalain squirm. Ah, it's fine.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
That's fine.
She definitely doesn't have any hooks on you. Wait.
I've been thinking of ways you might pass the time. I say we should heed the captain's advice and attend to our own preparations while they ready the vessel for departure. Tataro and I will procure the necessary supplies. Say, I should be grateful if you would use the time to brief or re-arrange on recent developments. You may also wish to review the relevant safety procedures in the event of an emergency at sea.
How very prudent of you. Very well, I shall go and speak with him. What of Mielikka and Liz?
I'd like the two of you to return to Revenant's Toll and speak with our Durman allies. I fear we know too little of their homeland, and any information they can provide would be most welcome. When we have completed our respective tasks, we will reconvene here at the ferry docks. Agreed?
Sounds like a plan. Let's go, Mielikka.
Maybe pick up Thancred on the way?
Nah, he's too busy with his squirrel.
What's happening with the squirrel?
They're friends.
No. Okay. It's true. They went through a lot
squirrel
together.
saved him multiple times from being exposed.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
He's his best friend.
Squirrel was just protecting his nuts.
Yeah. And the squirrel is always there for him, unlike a lot of others.
It's true. It's very true.
A true friend indeed.
Here with us.
Well, here we are. We'll need to talk to lots of people, so I think we should split up. I'll ask around at the House of Splendors. You take the Rising Stones. I'll meet you here after. Got it?
We're heading inside. Okay. Speak to homie. Tell me when you're ready.
Ah, I forgot homie. Okay, ready.
You are truly planning to travel to Doma. I don't know what to say. Forgive me. I shall aid you to the best of my ability. Ours is a beautiful land, nestled on the eastern coast of Othard. Along the banks of the One River, our nation thrived, proud and free, until the Gallians came 25 years ago. The river was our lifeblood, free to travel and to fish, but travel was soon restricted, and now the river belongs to none. Sildor. If Doma knows peace in our time, I should like to see it with my own eyes. Perhaps partake of these hot springs homie tells me of. Higiri.
Greetings, Mielikka. What brings you to Toll this day? What? You are for Doma? Heavens. Your scions have shown us naught but kindness, but never in my wildest dreams did I imagine you would fight for our homeland. For 25 years we suffered under their tyranny. And then we spied an opportunity. The Emperor, dead. Garlemald in house. It seemed the time was ripe. Beneath our lord's banners we gathered, and fought to reclaim our nation. But when Xenos arrived with the 12th Legion, it was over in an instant.
Femi.
Tatarus entrusted me with the reminder of her responsibilities in her absence. Should you require aught, pray do not hesitate to ask. Oh, it's time to speak with Kozan.
Daware. Daware.
Daware.
Naught would bring me greater joy than to join you on your journey. However, Lady Ugiri made it clear that we were to remain here and safeguard the community we have built. Okay. How's that? What is it, my friend? You look as though you have something to ask. That you go to join Ugiri and Gosetsu in the fight fills me with such joy. Ah, forgive my exuberance. You require information, yes? We of the Nagae clan served Doma faithfully for generations. Oh, Nagae? Nagae clan? Yeah? Served Doma faithfully for generations. My ancestors held positions within Doma Castle. Doma Castle, even. Now it is home to the Imperial Viceroy Witch and her host of men and Magitek. To think that what was once the shining symbol of our heritage and the seat of dear Lord Kain has become a den for Gallian dogs.
Hold on, what witch? This is the first time we hear about the witch.
Yeah, it would be nice to hear more about her, but I would assume that that is who the Viceroy left in charge while he was going, you know, to Little Alamigo. To Alamigo even. But yes, this is the first we're hearing of such a person. Head outside.
Ah, there you are. Learn anything interesting? The older Domas I spoke with tried to teach me all about Far Eastern customs and the importance of formality and politeness. I'd like to think yours can be just as stiff and stuffy as anyone, especially guardians. But anyway, did you know they eat with sticks? It wasn't all that hard, actually. Or at least that's what I thought, until they told me I was holding them wrong. And then when I spoke with the younger Domas, they just rolled their eyes and told me it was all a load of stupid old... Huh?
I like to believe like she was like stabbing like the sushi. And, like,
just like grab it, like I don't know. What do you get? Like a knife? Like you not like a fighting, like a dagger, and you just like stab the sushi?
Yes, yeah. Like a stick. Yeah, like a stick. You just
You're laughing, but I've seen someone eat like that. I have met a person who had no idea about chopsticks and would stab the food and eat like that. Wow, what you learned sounds a lot more useful. Unless someone invites us for dinner, of course. I hope they do.
This thinks it's time to return to Limsa. We're just not talking to Thancred.
Nah, he's gone. He's walking his squirrel.
They just forgot about him.
He's walking his squirrel. Right, no point waiting around here, is there? We should head back to Limsa. Alfino said to meet at the ferry docks, I think.
Look, it's tank program.
Tank program? I haven't seen him in so long.
Oh,
I'm glad.
Sure
I'm glad.
That, big and strong.
Yeah, I'm glad they're watering him so he's big and strong. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been laying here all day. You don't want him to like get dehydrated.
Nah. Beautiful.
I like how she's looking at him too. Like she looks very concerned. So I have a question before we get there. Do you think we will actually be on the ship or will it be just fast travel?
I think this is going to be a cutscene.
Cutscene. Okay.
Yeah.
A surfeit of sumptuous food, wondrous sundries, plenty of clean undergarments. Yes, I do believe we have everything we need for a lengthy voyage.
This.
It's times like this I'm glad we've got Tataru taking care of business.
Let's say.
An army marches on its stomach. Tataru took the lesson to heart.
You have returned, Light. I trust you learned much from our Doman friends in Revenant's Toll. I'm eager to hear all, though that can wait until we have left port. We'll have enough time to talk on our journey to Kugane. Our spice trading friends have completed their preparations. Assuming you have completed yours, you may inform the deckhand that we are ready to depart. I think...
he looks trustworthy.
Wait, I think this is probably a good place to stop.
No, but I want to see the new place.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say that we can start the next episode with the new place.
But I wanted to see what the ship looks like.
Yeah, it's something to look forward to. So we can start off with the journey to the east, to Kugane.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like cliffhangers.
Yeah, it'd be a nice way to start. We're journeying. Journey to the east.
Sure.
There you go.
Sure.
Also, it does feel like the writers they want nothing to do with Thancred. I'll be honest. Like it feels, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
They kind of
Like
forgot
when
about him.
I don't know if you noticed, but whenever we talk about the writing in Final Fantasy 14, a lot of it does feel like a little bit outside of the story. Like there are other reasons for things happening
Mm-hmm.
more often than not.
Rather than the story going that way.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, with that, we're done. It's a nice little catch up. I feel like we had to like refresh ourselves a lot, but it does mean that the next time we play, like we're for the most part like kind of caught up with like how we feel and what's happening, and we can just
Yeah, and
we
I
just
mean
play.
we will be in a new location anyway, so
Yeah. So
everything
it'd
will be
a good
decently
way.
fresh.
Yeah. Good way to continue the story.
Okay.
There you go. We are progressing.
Sure.
Yeah. We're making
A
progress.
little bit of progress.
Yeah, exactly. Remember we found like the chemical weapons,
I don't know if I want to
And,
remember that.
and we have like a super fan that calls us Griffin's Bane for some reason,
Yes,
even though that's
yes.
very inappropriate as a name.
Yeah, it's
to call someone.
it's
It
kind
feels
of
really
disturbing, honestly.
weird. Yeah.
Because
kinda-
specifically considering that like that he killed himself.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it's just not appropriate. It's just not appropriate at all. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, and also like
So weird.
it was like in general like it was a huge tragedy because a lot of people just
It
died
was.
needlessly.
That's what I mean. It's just not appropriate at all. I don't understand why they did that. It's just really weird. Especially considering apparently she's like a historian as well. Like she's like
Yeah, so she should know the best what happened.
yeah. She should know better. She doesn't.
And
weird.
it's specifically mentioned that like she thinks it's a really good nickname, but as for some reason other people don't agree.
Yeah, it's just a really weird decision to write her like that. It's just really weird. It's really weird. Yeah, we'll see if we encounter her again. Sure we will.
I'm sure we will. At some point, she will be back.
I'm not convinced just because she's a part of a side quest, but it's also an important side quest because it's like it was for an ethereal current, so like people have to do it if they want to fly.
Yeah.
So it's like
yeah.
it's almost like a mandatory side quest,
Yes.
almost.
Yes,
so,
it's like a mandatory side quest. I agree.
yeah.
But also because like she may be like you know like a reoccurring character that's just like, oh, remember her, like remember like the records, like oh here's another like chapter of the records. Like
Yeah.
I would expect that's something that may happen.
Yeah. Well then, with that, we're done. We're done for today. A bit of a shorter stream, but I do expect the next time. I mean, we had some technical issues early on as well, but next time we'll be able to jump in and embrace the story.
Yes, we will be going into a new location. So we will be learning together about the new place.
Do you think there's a chance that we board the ship and Thancred shows up at the last minute and joins and like hops on?
He like jumps and like swims to the ship. He's like, don't forget about me.
Oh, leave me.
Don't leave me. And like the squirrel is like on his head as he's swimming.
Yes, exactly. Could happen. It could
It
happen.
could happen.
Could happen.
Could happen.
Yeah. It's possible.
But to be fair, I don't know. I feel like it's also possible that he would stay behind because of Ishtola, because he's more connected to Ishtola, like personally.
Well, then they should say that.
Yeah, they did. Look, they like, don't worry about it. That it's just there. It's fine. At least I talked to him.
They're like, don't worry about it. He's not important. It's okay.
That's what it feels like, yeah. It's like he should be. Like, you literally made him like semi-villain of Realm Reborn. He should be important. But I guess not.
Remember Urianger? Remember that?
Remember
It's
Urianger?
crazy.
Remember how we
It's
never
crazy.
addressed Urianger, just, you know,
Never.
just casually
Never
betraying
addressed
us
it.
several
It was
times?
a pretty big deal as well. Pretty big deal. It's part
He
of the main
liter-
story.
Yeah, it's not even this like, oh, like we feel betrayed by Urianger. He literally gave an assignment to people to kill us.
Yeah.
He literally made an order to kill us.
It's crazy.
It's like, what if they succeeded?
Yeah. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
I feel like
It's fine.
that's a pretty big deal. And meanwhile, we're just
Nah.
like, no, yeah, it's fine. Just keep doing what you were doing. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
It does seem like the writers don't know what to do with that character. That's why they're literally just ignoring him. Just like Thancred. They just don't know what to do with the characters. They just don't know.
It's just so...
Just ignore it.
Why? Because like there's so much there that you could like explore, that you could like continue, that you could like, you know, weave into what is happening right now, and they just don't.
With that, nice watching, everyone. Thanks for watching. We'll be back next week with some more Final Fantasy XIV. This should be the time slot for that. So every week at this time, at this day, we should be streaming some Final Fantasy XIV, unless something happens. But for the most part, this should be a regular thing. We might be able to do this more regularly in March. Like if our schedule opens up a little bit more, then most likely we will try to do this more often. But for now, at least once a week.
Yeah, for now we scheduled Wednesdays to be our Final Fantasy stream. So if you are interested in following us, our adventures, then make sure to check that there. Also, if you want to check out the VODs, they are both on Twitch and on YouTube.
Yeah.
So you can check them there.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah. See you next time.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.